accommodation as a digital nomad is basically one of your biggest expenses in your budget. But what if I told you that there is a way where you can stay in an accommodation completely for free? Hi guys, and welcome back to A Window to the North. My name is Sarah. I'm so glad you're here. We're talking about all things related to traveling the world, expat life and digital nomad life on this channel. Today I want to revisit the topic of accommodation, since when you live the nomadic lifestyle, there's quite a few ways in which you can approach the topic. Usually people stay, for example, in hostels, in vacation rentals, some even stay in hotels, some decide to, in bigger digital nomad hubs, rent a room or room together with other nomads in order to reduce the cost of their apartment. But what if I told you that there is a way where you can stay in an accommodation completely for free? And this is the topic that we will explore today when we look deeper into house sitting. Now, if you have watched my video about how to save money by becoming a digital nomad, you know that I am quite passionate, or that I am an advocate for the digital nomad lifestyle. Of course, because I love to travel, experience the world and new cultures and countries, but also because I think it is a great means of saving some money, putting some money aside, reducing your cost of living, being able to build up some savings if you live in a country that has a lower cost of living or a weaker currency than your home country and than the currency that you are being paid in. And here, house sitting by reducing your biggest expense is of course a win-win situation. Now let's get a bit into what house sitting actually is. House sitting is a bit like the movie, the Christmas movie. I keep forgetting its name. Here's a picture of it with Drew Barrymore and Jude Law. So you come to somebody's house and you will take care of their house for them while they are gone, either for a few days. Some actually, even I've seen house sitting gigs where people have gone for half a year. Why would they do that? Well, usually these are people that have pets and need somebody to take care of their pets. So while you don't have to pay for accommodation, you have a lot of responsibility. You're caring for somebody's house, for somebody's belongings. You're being entrusted with their pets and basically their whole life. So it's not like, you can stay in their house and do whatever you want. You have a lot of responsibility as well. But generally, I suppose you should probably be pet lover in order to sign up for such an assignment. But generally I think it has a lot of benefits, and it is a really interesting way to stay in a place and experience also how people live in a certain culture or in a certain country, and again, save a lot of money on accommodation. Okay, so let's talk a bit more about how it actually works. Your first step, even before you start anything else, is probably to go and try and find some house sitting jobs with friends or family, because you will need to give references no matter which house sitting website you sign up with. So the first step that you should do is to find family and friends that have pets and are going on a vacation, and offer to house sit for them, to pet sit for them, in order to get some references. Next, you will want to sign up to a house sitting website. There are a couple of ones. I will link two down below, which are fairly international. One is trustedhousesitters.com and the other one is House Careers. However, there's quite a few other ones that are sometimes even specific to certain countries. There's some for Australia, for example. If I will find them, I will link them down below as well. Otherwise, I suggest that you do your own research. So once you have found a website that is good for you, the next thing that you want to do is to create a profile. Usually these websites have a form of fee that you have to pay. For House Careers, it is $50 per year. You can actually sign up for free and get the first house sitting gigs into your mailbox, but as soon as you wish to apply for them, you will have to pay that $50 per year fee. But I mean, honestly, if you think about it, $50 a year for free accommodation for the entire year, as opposed to what you would be paying if you pay for, a month of accommodation yourself, is really nothing. Trusted House Sitters, on the other hand, has a tier system going from basic to premium house sitter, with basic house sitter starting at $129 a year and premium house sitter being at $259 a year. So again, look a bit at both sites, what they offer, maybe find some other sites that you think are interesting, and just start going. The next step is that you will want to create a profile. And again, here I cannot stress this enough. People are trusting you with everything they have. Their house, all their belongings, all their valuables, their sentimental paraphernalia, and their pets. So it is of course important that you try to make your profile as professional and trustworthy looking as possible. You will load up pictures, videos, put in a good description of yourself, and many of these websites actually also perform a criminal background check. Moreover, and here is where your practice round from before comes in, they will most likely contact your references and double check with them. Once you've done that, you are ready to now apply to house sitting jobs. Just to show you what opportunities there are, I have taken out 2 examples from the website trustedhousesitters.com. The biggest benefit or impact of house sitting I feel comes to play when you want to stay in locations that are not as low in cost of living, or where your currency difference does not make as much of a difference, and where you therefore would spend a lot in accommodation. So I've taken 2 examples here just to show you. Let's say, for example, you would want to stay in New York City for a while. And I mean, we probably all know New York is unbelievably expensive. So if you would want to stay there, the accommodation of your stay would take a big chunk out of your budget. Now, if you could get to stay there for free in return for taking care of pets, this would all of a sudden make it much more possible for even those with a lower income to stay there. Here is a house. I mean, look at this. This is a beautiful flat in Brooklyn, and in order to stay there, you even get company by their 4 dogs. Another example here, look at this one, is in France, and you get a whole mansion to yourself. Try to afford that in France as a vacation rental. I think you're gonna pay a lot of money for this. So that's where I feel like if you want to go to Southeast Asia or places like that, probably first of all won't find as many house sitting gigs because the local population does not, have the income to travel very much, or let's say the general local population, maybe let's distinguish it like that. But again, if you want to go to big metropoles that are generally more expensive, this is a great way to afford that. Okay, so now you know how places could look that you would have to house sit. Now you can start applying to all kind of jobs. And here, one tip for me is, number 1, be speedy and check the site frequently. The good sitting jobs go away quickly as well. House sitting is becoming more and more popular, so it is important that you actually, are speedy and reply in a timely and polite and trustworthy manner as well. I mean, imagine you would leave somebody, a stranger, in your house with your pets, or you were thinking about it, and they wouldn't answer any email in 2-3 days. You would not feel comfortable. And it is the same here. Everything from the moment that you are applying to this house sitting job is about building trust. You need to build trust with that person. You need to vibe with each other for them to trust you to leave their belongings and their pets with them. I cannot say it often enough. But once you've done that, once you've applied and you've gotten into contact, there will probably be some back and forward, some video calls to get to know each other, and you will clarify yours and each other's expectations. Maybe they have pets that have certain needs. Maybe they have special pets. I mean, most people probably have cats and dogs, but if it would be somebody that owns farm animals or a horse, it would probably be a good idea for you to at least have been around horses or farm animals at some point, so you know what to do and to get your instructions. And once you feel that that's a match, there you go. There's your house sitting gig, and there's your accommodation, your free accommodation with company in form of pets for the next few days, or again, even up to a couple of weeks or months. If you are interested in more ways to find accommodation, short or long term, check out this video next. And if you found the information in this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up, comment below which videos you want to see next, and subscribe to my channel while clicking on the little notification bell. And we will see each other here on Wednesdays and Sundays. Bye bye, keep exploring.